Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Wrapping up work at the city house. Just got loaded, but I'm going to take you around a little bit and show you some of the things that we did that we used the tractor for while we were here. The first where these bags of dirt are at is we pulled a tree. It was the sister tree to that maple, died a few years ago. We left a 10-12 foot tall stump so that the kids had a place to tie their hammocks to and whatnot. And then right over here, this is where our lilac used to be, and there was a scrub tree growing up in the middle of it. So we used the tree puller attachment from Minnesota Implements and pulled that tree out. It took all the lilac bundle up with it. And so Melissa separated them and cut them back and then replanted. So because it's so bare here now, then she's added some other plants to grow up around here. And then one other thing that we did, so this winter was so hard down here in the city that the rabbits ate the bark off many of the trees. And here we had these pretty nice, and they'd been there 10 years or more. They were, I don't know, 10, 12 feet tall, and they ate all the bark that they could reach and killed them. So they did not survive the feeding in the winter. So Melissa, we were just out, and Melissa bought some new plants for that. These took quite a hit, and you can see the old wood here. You know, if I get in good and close, you can see the old wood and how chewed it is. That old wood is dead, and we've cut most of that back, and we'll keep cutting it, but it went and sprouted new growth underneath. So these are going to survive, which is really good. So that, you know, I already showed you the steps, and so then we did a bunch of this tree pulling, getting things up, and then we started to load back. And so here we are. I've just finished tying everything down. I'm headed up to the farm tomorrow. And so a few things we've got. So we brought the forks down, so we're bringing the forks back up again. And then the plate next to it is, I have a skid steer plate with a receiver hitch on it. And then next is my tree spade. This is also a skid steer quick attach. And when we get up there, we'll do an unboxing, because I have purchased a conversion unit, and I'll show you that, because I did a lot of research. I didn't buy the cheapest one, didn't buy the most expensive, but I think I got a, you know, we'll see it when we get up there. And then lastly, I may have told you before, my skid steer bit the dust, and I decided not to fix it because it was 40 years old and it was going to cost $10,000 to fix it. So this is the bucket off of that skid steer. So we're going to take that up north and sell it maybe, or use it. I don't know. We'll get a skid steer at some point. And then the last of the maple trees that we bought at auction is here. So that's laying on its side. And here we have the bucket and the tree puller sitting in the bucket and strapped down. And then we have the strapping for the tractor itself. And tried to anticipate how much extra weight I put up front. The tree is heavy enough that I can't pick it up, so it weighs, you know, at least 500 pounds. And each of those implements weigh somewhere between 200 and 400 pounds apiece. So I rolled the tractor back not quite a foot, about 8 inches on the axles, to see if I can compensate for the weight a little better. And then back here is the box blade, and it's got, and the weight's hanging in the iMatch weight hanger from Good Works Tractors. And so strap the weights independent or in part of the process. So get around and get a strap around each of the weights so that they don't fall off or fly off, or you know, that would not be good. They're 70 pounds a piece. And then I've got another one just going over the box blade to hold it down. And the box blade is not sitting on the deck hard, because the tree that is under the tractor being transported up is sticking out past the box blade, and I didn't want to cut the tips off. So this is what we've got going, and as I said, we're headed up north to the farm to deliver all this stuff back again. And when we get to the farm, then we will our primary goal is, we've got these 3 maples that I bought at auction. My primary goal is to get those 3 maples in the ground, and then we're going to see if we can get the well up and running at that end of the property for watering the trees, rather than having to fork up buckets of water, or, you know, 300-gallon buckets of water. So that's it. That's the plan. I've been working here in the city house on these different projects for, you know, 10 days or so, a couple of weekends. It's Saturday today. Tomorrow, I am, if I haven't said it already, I am a sound and video engineer for the church that we go to, and tomorrow is church on the lawn, and so it's a bit more work, set up, tear down. I'm running video for the live stream, and so when that's done and torn down and cleaned up, I'll get home, have something to eat, and then I'm headed out. So that was the reason for loading today, so that I can get on my way right after church tomorrow. Hey, have a great evening, you guys, and we'll just continue this as we go. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, the farm, we're going to start unloading here in just a minute, but I just wanted to say, hey, it's about 7 p.m. on Saturday now. I'll give you a quick peek, follow-up on some of the things that we did. Here is, you can see out there in the distance, remnants of the one burn pile. We'll be working on that, getting it reconsolidated, ready for a second burn. The fields are starting to grow up. They'll be ready for a mow before long. Obviously, here's the tractor, traveled well. We'll start getting everything off here in a second. I'm actually not going to film just taking all the straps off, but you know, I went through and talked about this before, stringing through the weights to make sure that they don't go anywhere, strapping the box, any implement separately. So we're just going to take that off. One thing I will show you on this PJ trailer, it's done it before, and I don't know what causes it, but it did it again. And that is, this spring right here is supposed to be up in this slot right here. Now, when I open the monster ramps again, then it's fairly easy to get it in there with a big screwdriver or pry bar. But it would be impossible the way it sits right now. And if we go over to the other side, see, this is what it is supposed to look like. And so what is the net effect if that is out of position? Is that when you close the ramp over here, this does not line up correctly. So you can't clip this shut. Now, it's not that big a deal in this case. It's sitting under the box blade. There's no way it's gonna come open, so I just left it be for now. Okay. Remember we talked about this right here. Needs to be in there. And if you can't get it in there, you can just come in with any little pry bar. But it actually doesn't have any tension on it when they're open. So then you go ahead and flip them up. And now, this fits. That's simple. All right, well, thought we'd do a little unboxing. This is a conversion plate so that we can use some older skid steer components. Alright, so as you can see, what this is a conversion plate for the skid steer components. I bought this from Bell Industries. Let's see what's in the pack here, if there's anything of interest. They're a custom house out of Tennessee. Found them online. Did some reviews. There are conversion plates all over the place. There are expensive conversion plates, much more expensive than this was. And there are conversion plates that are much cheaper than this was. My recollection is this was about 800 bucks. Trey Bell is the owner. Here's his card information. I make nothing off of this. So, but if you're interested and you watch this and you want to know where I got mine at, that's where I got it at. Nope, doesn't say. It's not the invoice. My recollection is it was about $800 all in. That was with shipping. I think it was $799. Might be more than that. Maybe it was $7.99 plus shipping, $6.99 plus shipping. I don't much remember, to be honest. Oh, these are stiff. Greasers here and here. This side didn't come in. The other side did. That's certainly interesting. All right, I'm just going to go push it against something and put it in. That's it for now. So there it is. You can get a good look at it. Sun's kind of in our eyes, but give you a good shot. So everything works perfectly. We're going to go dig some holes with it and make sure it stands up. I'll give you a report back from that. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and that we're going to wrap this one up today. Here you can see we're out. It's a little preview of what's coming next. We're going to drill those holes, stress that bracket, and I'll give you a report. Like and subscribe, and we hope you come back for the next one.